Numbers carry profound meaning throughout Scripture. The number 711 reveals divine truths when we understand its components: 7, 1, and 11. 7 symbolizes divine completion and perfection. God finished creation in 7 days, establishing the Sabbath as holy rest. Revelation speaks of 7 churches, 7 seals, 7 trumpets, all pointing to God's complete, sovereign plan. 1 represents unity and God's absolute sovereignty. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Deuteronomy 6:4. This emphasizes God's unparalleled authority as the source of all creation and new beginnings. 11 signifies disorder and transition, one short of 12's divine government. Like the 11 disciples after Judas's betrayal, a state of incompletion before restoration. Kings like Jehoiakim reigned 11 years, periods marked by judgment and upheaval. Genesis 7:11 powerfully illustrates 711's meaning. Let us read this pivotal verse. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day all the fountains of the great deep were broken up and the windows of heaven were opened. This marks divine completion of an age of grace. 7. Initiated by God's singular authority. 1. Bringing chaos and transition. 11. It represents God's complete authority over creation, from the depths of the sea to the heights of heaven. The flood was both an ending and a new beginning, God's faithfulness in providing fresh starts after judgment. Exodus 7:11. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers, now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments. Here the magicians oppose Moses, representing a clash of spiritual powers. The word magicians is the Hebrew chartum, Strong's H 2748, meaning engraver or magician, continues previous shot, Leviticus 7:11. And this is the law of the sacrifice of peace offerings which he shall offer unto the Lord. This verse introduces the peace offering, symbolizing reconciliation with God. The word peace is the Hebrew shalom, Strong's H 8002, continues previous shot, 2 Samuel 7:11. And as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies, also the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee an house. God promises David rest and a lasting dynasty. The word rest is the Hebrew nuach, Strong's H 5117. Continues previous shot, 2 Chronicles 7:11. Thus Solomon finished the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of the Lord, and in his own house, he prosperously effected. This marks the completion of the temple. The word finished is the Hebrew kala, Strong's H 3615, continues previous shot, Psalm 7:11. God judgeth the righteous and God is angry with the wicked every day. This verse highlights God's justice. The word judgeth is the Hebrew shaphat, Strong's H 8199, Matthew 7:11. If ye then, being evil, know how to give good gifts unto your children, how much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good things to them that ask him? Jesus teaches about God's generosity. The word gifts is the Greek doma, Strong's G 1390. Revelation 7:11. And all the angels stood round about the throne and about the elders and the 4 beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces, and worshipped God. This scene depicts heavenly worship. The word worshipped is the Greek proskuneo, Strong's G 4352. In summary, the number 711 in Scripture combines the completeness and perfection of 7, the unity and sovereignty of 1, and the transition or disorder of 11. Together, 711 points to God's complete authority, the promise of new beginnings after judgment, and the journey from chaos to restoration. It reminds us of divine order, spiritual transformation, and the hope found in God's faithfulness. In Strong's Concordance, the number 711 holds further significance. In Hebrew, Strong's H 711 is Arad, a Canaanite city located in the Negev desert. Arad is mentioned in Numbers 21, where its king fought against Israel as they journeyed to the Promised Land. The Israelites, with God's help, overcame Arad, making it a symbol of conflict, conquest, and the fulfillment of God's promises. Arad's story reminds us of the spiritual battles we face and the victories God grants. Its ruins stand as a testament to the reality of biblical history and the faithfulness of God to his people. In Greek, Strong's G 711 is arniomai, meaning to deny or refuse. This word appears in the New Testament most notably when Peter denies Jesus 3 times before the crucifixion. Arneomai carries the weight of spiritual rejection, a turning away from truth or relationship with God. The number 711 in Scripture is rich with meaning. 7 stands for divine completion and perfection, as seen in creation and the Sabbath. 1 represents unity and God's absolute sovereignty, the source of all beginnings. 11 signifies disorder and transition, a step away from divine order, as with the 11 disciples after Judas. Together, 711 points to God's complete authority, the promise of new beginnings after judgment, and the journey from chaos to restoration. It reminds us of divine order, spiritual transformation, and the hope found in God's faithfulness. In Strong's Concordance, 711 is also linked to Ered, a city symbolizing conflict, conquest, and the fulfillment of God's promises, and to Arneomai, meaning to deny or refuse, reminding us of the reality of spiritual rejection and the call to remain faithful. In all, 711 points us to God's sovereignty, the hope of victory, and the importance of standing firm in faith.